Take 3. First 2 takes, he was just barking aggressively at us. Take 3. He looks much softer. He's looking up at Josh. Wow. I got Izzy with me.
Let's go circles about 10, 15 feet out.
$1 million work right here. Hey guys, can they meet?
You want to stay right there?
Can they say hi?
I'll come to you.
Oh, okay.
Stay. Do this just right with the length here.
What do you think all that barking was? Keep away?
Mm-hmm.
He's probably so used to it working.
Oh yeah. To him it's successful because the people.
His tail was straight
Oh yeah.
up, which is like a sign of dominance.
Yeah. It's a threat.
Yeah.
He's threatening.
Get out of here.
He's threatening. Yeah. This whole world is mine.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't his house, but he still sees it as own. All you gotta do as a pack member is just not tolerate that stuff, have a zero tolerance for that stuff, which I do. And so he gets corrected. Every bark gets corrected. Everything every posture that I don't like. I got to the big stuff first here, but by the end, if he just starts to think wrong, I'll correct him. And what will happen is he'll just adjust himself and say, I don't deal with the situation. He deals with the situation. And that's a pack thing, right? That's a relationship thing. He can know all of his commands, but not listen to you. How you use his knowledge to hold him accountable is how you gain the leadership role. And if he sees you as higher up in the hierarchy, he's going to stop when you say stop, and he's going to do when you say do, which means he's not going to bark anymore, and he's going to do what you say, which I told him to stay over there.
Yeah, he's not stressed, he's not anxious.
He's going to be
whining.
so less stress of a dog once he doesn't feel like he's responsible for choosing how to react to the world. In fact, he gets in trouble if he tries to choose how to react to the world. That's not his position. Stay. Good. Okay?
He's getting used to the fact that he can't just move around at free will anymore.
Yes. And another thing is with this guy is as soon as he goes outside, because he's been patterned, this has been patterned, he goes into his primitive space. Okay? He's no longer domesticated. Okay? He's got one mission: to be defensive towards intruders, strangers, and to hunt. He's going into primal parts of his brain. Where we're saying when he starts to enter that state of mind, he gets corrected. Another dog would correct him if they were higher ranking and they found it inappropriate for him to start getting adrenalized and start doing these behaviors. So he would get corrected. So that's why they understand it. This is state of mind training. We're not allowing them to elevate. If he starts to get elevated, I correct just the elevation, because with the elevation of energy comes jumping, barking, whining. Of course, right now, the way we start is we go after all the big things. By the time he's all done, we go after all the small things, right? We don't need to let them go big anymore. He's already been there, done that, and he's not going to be anxious because he's tried it. But for example, if I start good, see, he gets the game. They all do. He says, that's a resource. If I see it as a resource, then there's a great possibility that my owner sees it as a resource. So now I'm talking dog with him. So if he assumes that it's valuable, if it's valuable to him, he assumes it's valuable to me, which means I get first access. That's why he went, something valuable, and then looks at me, right? To say, what do I do? And so it's all relationship based, okay? Let me pet your dog. Good. Okay. He doesn't have an interest so far of being social anyway. It's just all rude behaviors. Good. I bring the scent to him. Good. Stay. That's how he's gonna get it. So he's gonna understand with me, that's how you get to explore the world. I'll bring the scent back to you, right? So it doesn't have to be as obvious as me literally taking dog's fur, but that's a good way to start it. But when I come back after greeting somebody, talking to it, or petting their dog, he can come back and smell it on me. He doesn't have to come over. Good. He's learning submission, not fight. Okay. So we heard a breathy whine, just a little like impatience, and then he popped up out of his stay and then started to sniff around. That's me going after the small stuff, because I didn't tell him it's time to go on to the next thing yet, because I'm the leader. If I say break, go explore, then he can. I didn't say that. So those are the little things. If we tell our dog to stay, then they should do so until you release them. or until you tell them, give them further direction. Okay, good. Yeah, see, he's got everybody fooled. They all do. They all have everybody fooled. It's not this guy doesn't understand what you're saying to him. He doesn't care. Plus, he's patterned to just be in drive. I just want to be in drive. I just want to use that part of my brain. I want to sniff. I want to trail. I want to hunt. I want to attack. I want to bark. I want to defend. All this just high drive stuff, right? No more. That's not your position. If you try to do that in the pack, you're in trouble. If you don't do that and you let me deal with it and you do these alternative behaviors, which are the commands, then you're a good boy. And now we're going to change the brain slowly. We're changing the response. So it's patterned. He's 4. It's patterned. When he sees somebody, it's just, I don't think, this is the associated behavior to this situation. This is what I do. There's no thinking anymore. The first few times it could have been a startle. I've seen it develop in puppies and going into adulthood. The first time's authentic. They're startled by the thing. They bark a few times out of nervousness, out of panic. And then what they see is the person leaves, but the person was just walking by anyway, but they think they got it to vacate. Do that a handful of times, the dog feels confident now with this weapon they have, like barking, biting, whatever, growling. This works. It works on that person, it works on that dog, it works, a year or two of this, 3-4 years of this, the dog's like, this works on every living thing. It works on people that come on, the mailmen that come and drop things off. I bark at them, they leave. So he's got a false sense of confidence, right? And these are valuable behaviors. If he had if the environment responded differently, the first time he started to do that behavior, if he got corrected and then directed and repeated that, all of a sudden barking isn't patterned and never became anything. Yeah, they try it, but your response to it is what determines whether or not it becomes a patterned behavior, okay? So correct and direct. You ever hear that before? It's so easy to remember. You correct and direct. You see something the dog's not supposed to be doing, you correct it, that tells the dog, I don't like what you're doing, and then you direct it saying, try to do this instead, okay? That kind of thing, all right? Now, it's harder for him because he's 4, all right? It's in there, but he'll get there. They all do, and it's looking pretty damn good. This looks pretty darn good, I gotta say. He's not whining over there. He's being patient. Everything's headed in the right direction. So we'll pick this up again. We're gonna let him sit on this, think about it, and then we'll put him in the same situation and see if he's learned anything.